Terra's Lunar coin is absolutely going insane, so today we're going to check back in with it, perform some technical analysis and make some predictions on where we can expect to see Lunar go in the near future. Let's get into it. Welcome back into the Lunar coin chart, guys. If you'd like to buy Lunar or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. And Lunar has once again hit a brand spanking new all-time high, and that high was right now today a value of $118.58. So that is fantastic for holders and extremely exciting. Even more exciting is, once again, we nailed the Lunar analysis. We had our flag pattern form, and then the flag was breached on the 2nd of April. Not only was the flag breached as we hoped at this key level of resistance over here at 106, it occurred right on the pinnacle of where that crossed with the top end of our flag line. So all in all, a really good outcome, and things have only been looking more and more positive, going from strength to strength with this coin. So we're going to remove, I suppose, a few of the lines here which are not of any relevance at all, and try and work out exactly what's going on next. Well, right now it does seem that we are in, well, blue sky territory. So it's hard to use previous information to work out where we could be going. Based on what we're seeing now, it's looking like that the volume though is steadily declining. Now, whether that is because people are finding it's getting a bit too expensive now, and given we've hit all-time highs consecutively on multiple occasions, people are thinking, hey, maybe the top's in. Possible for a period of time. Or are we seeing that this decline has still been occurring since we originally spiked back over here in December, or yeah, I suppose at the end of November as well, yet we have appreciated significantly in value. We've been moving downwards though in volume size, which is quite interesting. That trend is still continuing, and I'm more inclined to think that it's just this trend continuing. And you can see even from the 24th of February right here, when we're at the bottom of where we've been on this run, we have seen a decline, yet a huge increase in the value of this coin, going from strength to strength as we continue to mention. As a result of that, I think this pattern is going to continue, and we will keep moving in an upwards direction. Given that now we don't have any horizontal points of resistance to target, what we're going to do is try and establish a short-term trend. I'm going to go into the hourly chart for this, and the hourly chart gives us a bit more of a detailed view of what's going on from a price perspective. So immediately off the bat, you can see a nice little flag pattern has formed here, and it is a pennant, and the pennant flag is about to break. And I suspect that when we see this pennant break, what you're going to actually see is a nice little, oh, that is the wrong line. There we go. We're going to see a nice little break in an upwards direction once again. So that pennant is still sitting there, but I want to establish a trend, and I'm going to establish a trend from the 1st of April over here at 11 o'clock and start moving it upwards. As you can see, a lot of key touch points here. I'm going to extend this one down as well and see, are we able to touch anything else? At this point in time, it does not appear so, but can I move things in slightly? And yes, this cuts off a bit of data, but if we extend it maybe to about that point, it's looking like this could be a bit of a short-term trend that we're seeing, a nice little upwards channel. And if we take the other side, what we're going to see is, hopefully, yep, there you have it, we have a channel which has basically formed itself on the hourly chart in a nice upwards direction. If we then start taking that outwards back to the daily chart, what you'll notice is this trend is certainly in place, and until we see either the bottom end or the top end breach, we're going to keep obviously rebounding between these lines as we move upwards. What is going to happen though? Are we going to see a breakdown, or are we going to see another break out and upwards? Well, let's have a look at the MACD to see if that can give us any clues as to what might be occurring. Now, Interestingly enough, we saw the 12-day EMA cross the 26-day EMA, and that was only at the end of March over here. And we're moving parallel towards each other, and we've only just started our green period, although it does look like, you never know, it could slightly be dipping, but it's only the start today. We haven't seen the full day's volume, so this will be another green candle. I think we're going to continue actually moving in the direction of this channel. I don't think we're going to see a break upwards and out of it, or downwards either. We will continue to see an increase within the limits of this channel. So what is our limitations? Well, as we just, I suppose, start to move this up a bit, as you can see here, there we go. Where is the top end? Well, as we move up, let's say on tomorrow, you can see it actually goes up quite significantly. I'm going to just extend this line out over here as well. You can see it is quite significant. So right now we're sitting at a value of $116. If we go straight to the top end of that channel, we are at $123 today. That is the highest, in my opinion, that we can realistically spike if this little pennant that we saw on the hourly does break out. So that ultimately would be my target. But let's have a look at the RSI. Have we been overbought? We have not. We've managed to maintain our key positioning between the 30 and 70 point mark, currently sitting at a value of 67.68. It's consistently changing, as you can see, but if we continue to just move consistently throughout this trend, we won't go into that overbought range unless we see a huge spike in buying volume and, you know, things start to go a bit parabolic. I wouldn't be surprised based on the fundamentals. It could happen, but at this point in time, until we see a breach of either one of those bands, we're going to continue moving in an upwards direction. So I'd be expecting to see something a bit like this occurring as we start to move up. It'll continue to snake in an upwards direction. As a result of that, my price target is a value of about at least $120 to $123 within the next few days. That wraps up today's analysis on Luna, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. Of course, if you did enjoy today's video as well, make sure you do leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.